welcome to Dan's Diary House Build. Glad you're all back with me. This week should be quite an interesting one. We've got quite a few activities that should be taking place. So welcome to my members. We've now got this many and let's start. Well, I think it was such a lovely day out, a lovely 3 days over the weekend, and it's still a lovely day today. Look at that. And weather's planned to be nice all week, I think. Okay, the odd spot of rain, but so what this guy's doing, Mr. Excavator Man, that soil behind there we're going to move to here like he started to do, and what that will do, that will bring the ground up level, and it will also hide that rainwater pipe that comes out of the ground just there. Then he's going to move his excavator down there and just level that off so we can concrete it for Max's cage, and then he's going to get this area ready, move the excavator up here. Then this afternoon I'll have a go. So our man here is doing the filling of the cracks, putting in the material expander material into the gaps, and then filling over those, so all that will be smooth. Of course that area where he's working now won't be seen because that'll have the PVC wood strips in, but he's going to do it anyway. Shows you how keen he is. Oh, hello, he's back. He's on the top. Let's go and see what's happening. Alright, so I don't know where he's going, but he's going somewhere. That's where my steps are going to go, down here. And then all of this is going to get concreted, hopefully. He'll be bringing that back and levelling it. I've told you 1,000 times. Let's just hope it happens. Oh, those bags there are garden soil, which will be deposited all the way down there, making it very easy for the grass to grow, and building up this area here so the water can flow into it. So anywhere where this area is higher than the grass, we're going to build up the grass so it flows into there. Simple. Now James the gardener, he arrived this morning on his Monday morning work schedule, and we're just putting some garden soil around these stones he laid, one over there as well, just to allow the grass to grow up to the stone. We've recessed them roughly into the ground so we can shove the lawnmower straight over the top of them without smacking the blades. And then when he's done that, he's going to do, oh, he levelled one of those was a bit wonky, so he's levelled it. When he's done that, he's very kindly going to do me some, I've got quite a few stones left over from when we made them before, so we're going to have a row of stones going across there, because when I walk around this bit here, I always walk down there, and sooner or later that's going to have a worn patch. So before it gets a worn patch, we're going to add a row of stones. And there's also an area around that side where the birds are, which has got a worn side already, so we're going to add some stones down there. I spoke with Marvin and the excavator driver. Hopefully they're going to try and finish today, which means they're going to bring the excavator around the side of here on the grass, but it's dry so it shouldn't do too much damage, and then we're going to get it out from the driveway, which means that we've got to move all of that rubbish to get the excavator out. So Marvin's just said he's going to get his boys to help us shift all the rubbish we don't need and shove it in his van, and then he can get rid of it, which will leave this relatively clear for tomorrow's big event. And that's it. Oh, one more thing. This concrete is obviously now gone hardened, and our friend here is going to lay that area of concrete today, him being the mason, and then he's going to go around the back where the retaining wall is and start rendering that. That's the plan. We had a bit of a disaster, and this one is a disaster. That was the CCTV cable from the house to the most important camera that we've got. That's the one that feeds the back of the house, and we've chopped it in half. So the CCTV boys at the minute are thinking of a solution. Now, they told me before they couldn't splice that when I asked them before. And we can't put a new one in because it'll go from there, and the other end is in the upstairs bedroom, and it goes round about 50 bends. So to feed it through would be tantamount to being impossible. So we live in hope that they can come up with an idea. Excavator's finished. Well, he hasn't finished, but he's done as much as he's going to do. He's got to shift it really, because the CCTV boys are coming tomorrow and they're going to block the driveway and he can't get out. So what have we got round the back? Well, today the mason's done all of that concrete by hand, and he's up to there, and he hopes to finish it, just do this little bit here, by the end of today. We'll put a barrier over it to stop Max walking on it, and then by the time he comes tomorrow he can start the rendering of the retaining wall. And this guy here has almost finished. Max? No. Little bugger's eating my hosepipe. Yeah, you can see that. This guy's almost finished. He's just got that thing there to paint, one at the back to paint, and one corner, and then all that's finished and we can forget about it. Put the solar powered lights on it tomorrow, and that's it. Well, here he comes. And before you even start to say something, I know it's going to leave a compression mark, and where it turns round it's going to scuff me grass, but at least it's out of here and the ground is dry and it's not, oh my god. And there he goes, nice and slow. It's just making a little compression mark. In a couple of days or so that'll have vanished. Well, sorry I missed that. I was making sure Max was locked in his cage. You can see where the ground's a bit soft. It's digging in a bit, but it'll all even itself up. Remember, we brought the excavator down this way and you can't see, so just needs a week or two, maybe 3, maybe 4, and it's all sorted out. So what I did here is just speed up the recording for you a little bit so we could get it on without me wasting a lot of tape. This is how they get it on the back of a lorry, and I'm glad it was him doing it and not me. Okay, so if you would explain about your company, what you do, the materials that you use, and your contact details, yes, please.
Hi there, I am Ryan, Engineer Ryan Mendoza, and our company is RLK Solar. It's located in Bataan, and here's our team. Now we are going to install a 12 kilowatt solar panel and then 16 kilowatt hybrid inverter with Dyna's battery. Composed of 40 kilowatt hour.
And your contact details, please?
Yes. My contact details is 0977949653.
Email or anything?
And our email is rlksolarsupplierbataan@gmail.com.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That we call output, and this is the railing.
Right, and how does it fit together?
Here. Make an Allen wrench to tighten it.
Yeah.
And all the materials is aluminum and stainless.
Right, and then the roof sits on there, and that goes in the existing holes that connect the roof to the...
we will replace the tech screw. That one is the metal, yeah, and this one is stainless.
Excellent, excellent. Right, now the mason, now he's finished the concrete around the pond, he's building my stairs, just a row of stairs to go down there, and then he's going to go onto the render or the concrete work at the back. Probably the concrete work at the back, so he can then stand on that to do the render. That's probably the plan. Anyway. There he is. Yeah, they're getting there. So before you health and safety boys all perk up, we've got each section of the scaffolding connected together with 4 connections. You've got supports on both sides to stop it from falling over, from tipping. We've got a harness with a fall arrestor attached. Of course, I don't see anyone wearing it. So that's how far we are after about 45 minutes. There's the first bit of framework going up.
Tol, mag-harness kayo dyan sa taas.
This is the external pipe that goes down the outside of the house. It will have their cables inside it from the solar panels to the batteries and the inverter. It's metal, and here they're just putting a threaded joint on the end. Right, there you can see the man. I'll try and hold the camera steady. He's making a 1.5 inch hole, and then you can see the hole underneath the gutter. So that pipe I've just showed you will go through those 2 holes, attached to the side of the house behind that drain pipe to minimise it, down through the other hole I showed you in roof, which is right in that far corner there, and then through into the garage. And these guys here are busy making the battery, what would you call it, framework? The battery rack, which will house the batteries, which will be located in the garage, out of the way of the sun and the wind and the rain and everything else. So they're progressing well. They've cleaned up after themselves. They've cleaned up and put all their tools in the garage. First class company, it really is. I was going to do this a bit nearer, but it keeps going in and out of focus. So the conduit comes in from outside, goes across the roof or across the ceiling, stops there for the minute, and then it's going to go down. I was told tomorrow, you're not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen, they said they might be able to energise the system. So they're going to paint and put the rack in the middle and attach it to the wall. They're going to put the batteries in. They're going to feed the wires into the various components. They're going to whack another wire through that wall, meeting up with the fuse box. Then they're going to connect into the fuse box. Then first thing in the morning, while all that's going on, the solar panels turn up and they'll go on the roof. So they said that we could be energised by tomorrow, which means that the power will be running from the sun, and anything that's not used will go into the batteries to recharge them. So at night time we've got enough to run a couple of ACs all night. Isn't that great? Power tomorrow, free of charge. This is Wednesday night, and the reason you're looking at this is because I've just deleted all of Wednesday's videos like a chopper. I had videos of the solar powered cells arriving, being stacked up, being taken on the roof and installed. I had videos of the workers drilling through the garage wall into the kitchen and then fiddling around with my fuse box. I then had videos of the batteries arriving and being put in the garage. I had video of the rack that they're constructing being welded, joint smoothed, primed and then painted. I then had video, all gone. I had videos of the retaining wall at the back. They're putting the render on the upper part of it, the flat bit, because the solar powered boys can put their solar powered lights on the back. Gone. I had videos, I had everything. So let me try and take you around now in the pitch dark, what they've done, and just use your imagination. Thank you very much. Right, one of the things they did is put the solar powered lights on the side of the house where the fish are. I'll just stand a little bit back and you can get the full SP. Yeah, doesn't that look nice? Doesn't now I've got those lights on the lowest possible setting, and they really only had juice for half the day, really. But that has made the whole of the side of the house very nice indeed. The aluminium rack has been one coat primer, one coat black, They said they're going to paint that another coat tomorrow. There's all the batteries. Oh, they're big beasts, I tell you. We got one out of the box. Oh, we had a sample one. Yes, but I had all the specials and everything. I've lost a whole lot. We continued this pipe across. We drilled through into the kitchen. That goes through into the fuse box. So tomorrow they'll wire everything up and they'll make good the holes. That's the inverter. That's the make. And that's the fuse box. And the overall plan is to put the batteries about there somewhere. It takes up no space at all in the garage, and it's going to be excellent. So yes, now the batteries didn't turn up till late, unfortunately, but they hadn't finished the wiring yet. So tomorrow, which is Thursday, so they started on Tuesday, so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days to install the system. So we should have unlimited power starting. They said give it a day for the batteries to charge up and then switch it over. So Friday. Friday's the day when we go all solar and no more bills. So that's no water bills and no electricity bills. That's quite a big saving per month, I can tell you. Well, I had to turn this one off because it was background music. As you can see, the boys have started to paint the ceiling. Okay, we've got a top on there, all the way down here and all the way down here. So what we're going to do is let that harden for a couple of days, and then when it is hardened and when they finish the painting on that, CCTV, the solar powered boys will come back and install the lights here and the ones on there. And I'm told by Marvin that we will finish the stairs today, and then he's going to go on to the back of the wall and do a fancy grout similar to this on all the joints, so the joints kind of stick out from the wall, so it'll match this on the back of this. And once we get it all done, a thought strikes me, I might get my washer, my power washer, and give that wall a bit of a going over. Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll get my power washer and just give that a wash, and I'm sure it'll come up looking really nice. Well, we found out that the existing house, the house, hasn't got an earthing system. Someone forgot to put it in, so the electricity boys, solar power, have run the wire to that junction box, and they're going to run it across here, this beam, going to run it inside this one here, so you can't see any of it, and they've already installed the earthing rod there. So all of that will be done by the solar power boys, and I'm sure if their workmanship is anything to go by, it'll work and it'll be fantastic. Well, that's where we are at 10:15. The batteries are in place. He's just wiring up them in sequence. That guy there is working inside this fuse box here. Goodness knows what he's doing, but it looks good. Now, I've got some bad news. This morning, Max was barking at a cardboard box. So I went and had a look inside it, and a mother cat was snuggling up to a little baby cat. I think she'd just given birth to it. Max scared off the mother cat. I don't know where that's gone. And I rescued the 3 kittens. Now, obviously I couldn't leave them in the house because Max would go mad and they wouldn't last 5 minutes. So I've put them in that cardboard box. There's one there, you can see it. Poor little creature, I don't know how long that's going to last. I'll give it some water and some food in a minute, but in that box there's another 2. They're so young, I don't even know if they're on solids, so I'm going to give them a plate of milk and see what happens. That's best. I wish I could take it in, but I can't really. All right, let's go. So 12 o'clock on their second day. All of that third day. Hold on. 12 o'clock on their third day. All of the batteries are in. I think they're all wired up now, ready to rock and roll. What's happening over here? Jesus. And that one's even worse. So as soon as they're finished fiddling with all that, into the house we go. And then the guys gave us a bit of a rundown on how it all works, the control settings, etc, etc. And you can also look at it and do a certain amount of controls from your phone as well. So it's a very good system, connected by Wi-Fi, and it looks very impressive indeed. Right, this is the moment. He's going to switch it on now, and we are on solar power. Okay, my friend, switch it on. There you go. From this moment on, everything is free. Right, it's officially 6:15. So this is our solar powered for the outside area where the fishes are. Looks very nice. There's my little solar powered lanterns all flicking away. And that beast is my system for the solar power for the house, as we've seen over the last 3 days. Now I've got one AC and I've got like a heating fan or a cooling fan. So this is how you work the system. At this moment, that one there is showing 0. That's on the roof. I'm getting no power from the roof. This is telling me I've got 60% left in my battery, and I'm taking out 2.04 kilowatts out of the battery because I'm not using anything from the mains. It's 0, but the house is fluctuating between 1.95 and I think we just saw 1.98 there. So the house is using 1.98. And what we've got on at the minute is everything's plugged into the house, so it's all on. TVs are on standby, fans are on standby, PlayStation's on standby, the whole shooting match is plugged in, there's nothing not. And we've got one 3 horsepower AC on, we've got one TV on, and we've got a cool air fan on. So that's how much juice it's got. Now, the guy said use it tonight as normal, so it'll be an extra AC tonight because Joy's mum's still hanging around. So there's 3 ACs on, so we'll see whether that system on half a battery can cope with it. He seemed to think it would be fine. And even if it wasn't fine, it'll automatically flick over to Penelco. So life's a good one, isn't it? Thought I'd leave you with a couple of pictures. This one was taken this morning at 7, and this one was taken tonight at 7. I thought you'd like this little intro on a Friday morning, so sit back and enjoy.
¿Cómo será mi piel junto a tu piel? ¿Cómo será mi piel junto a tu piel? Cardo o ceniza, ¿cómo será? Si he de fundir mi espacio frente al tuyo, ¿cómo será tu cuerpo al recorrerme? Y cómo mi corazón si estoy de muerte.
Yes, I know there's some brown bits on that roof. I think it's, to be honest, I think it's rust. So I'm getting a subcontractor up there in the next few weeks to give the roof a nice second coat.
Quebrará mi voz cuando se apague, de no poder hablarte en el oído.
I should have put this in earlier, but here's a picture of the guys on the roof. And before they put the panels in, they did actually go over any rusty areas with some rust prevention paint. That's how bloody good this subcontractor is. Absolutely first class. That's a picture of the joints before they put the panels in. All the cables associated with it. And a nice little joint, fully waterproofed. We just had a baby shower, so I'm not going to go any farther. But these are, when it's finished, trying to focus, these are the lights, solar powered lights, installed on the back wall. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the minute. We need another 3, they're coming next week. And the reason that one is red is because if you've been following these videos, when we bought this place originally, we'd only had it a short while, and Red, the cat that we'd had for, I don't know, 17 odd years, died, and it was a bit of a sad time for me and everyone else, I think. And that's where he's buried, more or less within about 6 foot of that red light. So that's his little memento, which I don't mind admitting to. This week has been jam-packed with things, hasn't it? I think at the start of the week, Monday or Tuesday, no, Monday, I went to the fish shop to buy some fish food, and I saw he had some angel fish in the fish tanks, so I bought 6 of them, threw them in the pond. I've seen them once or twice since then, really little, and you can see them sometimes. There's 2 black, 2 white and 2 multicoloured, like I think I told you before, or if I didn't, that was in the section that got deleted. Well, I was hoping I could show you them now, because sometimes they show up good in the dark, but alas no. Either that or they've been eaten, or they're in hiding, or they've fallen asleep. One of the 4. So, no news on the angelfish. I'll get back to you when I find one. Well, I think that's all for Friday. So, just one more day, obviously. Tomorrow, me and my friends are going to play golf, so it's probably going to be a short one tomorrow. The guys are turning up. What they're going to do? They're doing the masonry bit on the back wall, and the electrician is coming to put my lights in the patio ceiling, and that's it. So I'll be able to show you that at least tomorrow, won't I? So have a nice evening, and I'll see you lot tomorrow. Well, it's Saturday, and I hope everyone enjoyed that series of videos. I was going to do you a quick video for today, but I've hurt my back so bad that I can't even get out of this chair now I've sat down. All I've had done today really is the guys have been working at the back of the retaining wall, putting the like an extended mortar line on it, and the electrician came today and put the pin lights in the patio ceiling. So they look quite nice. I haven't turned them on yet because it's still daylight. So we have a really profitable and exciting week. If you want to know anything about solar power, I'm your man. So without any further ado, thank you for watching, and have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.